Good evening, everybody. It's Bobby Harvey with another edition of Live Train Watching. We are broadcasting live once again from Ottumwa, Iowa. It is 6:27 p.m. Central Daylight Time, and we've got quite a bit of action coming towards Ottumwa right now. First train that we're going to see, hopefully, here is a northbound CPKC train. And there's also a southbound CPKC train on its way. It cleared Washington, Iowa, about 45 minutes ago. So we've got at least two trains on the way, not including Amtrak, which is also on the way. Last I knew, Amtrak was about 45 minutes late, departing Galesburg. It's probably to Burlington by now. So we are at the Casey's on Caldwell Street, which is right next to the Caldwell Street grade crossing on the CPKC. And the very well-known, which is becoming more well-known every day, the Steel Highway rail cam for the CPKC in Ottumwa is just to our left in the small gray and red roof building at the Caldwell Street crossing. There is something trying to dial up on the CPKC. Oh, so A train is watching. There was a sweet feed train that was going east that went through Ottumwa quite a while ago. And apparently there is a war bonnet leader on that train. Okay, I hear a horn. Where is that coming from? Oh, a northbound, huh? Oh, I wonder if it's coming into the yard. That sounds like it's right here. Let's see what's going on here. It must be coming up the hill, but why are they releasing? Unless... Well, we're going to take a gamble here and head up the hill. My guess is... Okay. Here we go. So this is the Caldwell Street crossing. We're going to head up Rutledge Hill. And it is possible that we might kind of lose our internet through here, so just bear with me. You want to copy another one? All right.
Check line 2, TWO. North at RTH, fighting Quick Living on main track. Track order 5028, on line check 1, line number 2 is JR.
All right, once they copy their warrants here, I'll fill you in on what's going on here.
8507, 8507 north at RTH out of someone. Check pocket 2 TWO proceed from Rutledge to north at RTH fighting TWO on main track. Track 15028 with one line check, line 2 at JR. 5028 on line check 1, line number 2 is 1832 183 at JR. Track 15028 with one line check, line 2 located 1832 1832. Correct, you'll be meeting too, let me
Okay, so we are heading up the Rutledge Road, which is going up Rutledge Hill. And if you may have noticed, it is a very steep and hilly road. Meanwhile, on our left right now, the CPKC tracks are climbing up a very steep, well, steep for Iowa grade. In fact, I'm not sure, but I believe that Rutledge Hill is the steepest railroad gradient on a mainline railroad anyways, in the entire state of Iowa. It is essentially a small mountain grade. It's like, I don't know, it's like 1.7% or something like that. It's not a super heavy grade, but it's heavy enough that it presents a real challenge for trains getting up out of the Des Moines River Valley. So we're heading up Rutledge Road. We're gonna make a sharp turn here to the right. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. We're probably just going to get this one CPKC train because the other two that I don't know if you heard that this train is going to meet at Linby, they're probably not going to be through until probably 8 o'clock or so. So we're going to be able to see this one, and it is train 261, which is the northbound counterpart to train 260. It is a mixed freight, a merchandise freight train. And earlier, before I started the live stream, and one, I don't know what that's a lot of cars, especially coming up Rutledge Hill. Kirk, welcome. He's asking what power is on the train. I believe it is 3 CP locomotives. Now, hopefully 3 locomotives can get that many cars up the hill. But of course, if 100 of them are empty, it's going to make it a little easier. So right there, you can see is the first signal at Rutledge. And it is clear for our northbound train. We're going to go ahead and pull off here and see it climbing up the hill. And thankfully, the CPKC has done some clearing through here recently. So we'll be able to get a pretty decent picture of the approaches. And we're going to go ahead and get things on the tripod. Probably will not take very long for it to get here. Even though it's kind of a challenge getting up the hill, we were kind of taking our time, so we are going to go ahead and head straight out there. So again, welcome everybody to the live stream. We are getting ready to get some action here on the CPKC. Gonna get things fixed up here onto the tripod mount. Alrighty, I think we're ready to go. Better take my keys. Okay, now, gonna be kind of a circus ride here for a second. There we go. And here we are. How's the picture looking for everybody? Hopefully it's good. Don't want bank 5. Okay. This is the West Rochester Street grade crossing. It is a very, okay, picture's good. Awesome. It's a very nice place to get northbound trains climbing the hill. I've gone up here many times over the years. You might actually be able to hear the train coming. The sun is socked behind the clouds, so we're going to go ahead and just set up right over here. Right next to the crossing. And I don't know if you can hear, but they are clawing up the hill even as we speak. Okay. Okay, we're gonna get the camera tripod leveled here. Now, I don't know if you just heard that they announced Mileboard Rutledge. When they say that on the radio, it means that they are a mile away from the next station.
Letting you know that we're hitting the edges of a traffic jam. I got a train on main 2 at Agency City that stopped, and then I have a coal train that's on the ice that the CP's not ready for yet. So, rolling in 2088, and once things get moving, we'll get you more lights.
Oh, wow. We just got some stuff on the BNSF. Apparently there's an eastbound coal train that's waiting on this train, so we might not get that train on the BNSF. But then there's another train behind it that's holding at 2888, so it might be a busy evening, which is nice. Now, the last live stream that I did a week ago was very busy. Even though it was a 3-hour stream, we got to see 4 trains. Who knows how many we'll get tonight. We're going to get at least one on the CPKC, and then Amtrak, and maybe some BNSF too. So as I was saying about the stations, they announced Mileboard for the next station up the line, and it is Rutledge. The mile sign is actually right behind us, a little ways up the tracks, right about where Rutledge siding parallels out with the main line. Now, hopefully there's a lot of fans of the Milwaukee Road out there. This is an old Milwaukee Road line, and the searchlight signal that we see in front of us is a holdover from the Milwaukee days. It's amazing that they're still operating on the line today. They're in pretty decent shape. Signal maintainers have really kept them nice. Repainting the signal heads. And they're still running. One of the few interlockings left on this line that are searchlights. Most likely they'll be replaced when CPKC comes through and upgrades the line. But here comes our train, northbound 261, clawing up the hill. At Rutledge Hill, the top of Rutledge Hill. So we're just gonna let this train roll through and listen to the engines. They're coming up this sustained grade out of the Des Moines River Valley in Ottumwa. Third end. It'll lost connection there for a minute panning, so we'll keep it this way. My guess is these are the 100 empties they were talking about. They appear to be brand new flat cars. And that's it, folks. That was our first train, CPKC 261. Now, Brian, I did not see any hobos, but they could be riding. You never know. There are still plenty of modern day hobos out there. I've yet to see any, but they do exist. All you have to do is go searching on YouTube for a little while to know that. There are some people that go all over the country on freight trains, and they film it and have huge followings. Hobo shoestring is one of the really popular YouTube hobos out there. Always been kind of fascinated by the concept of hoboing. I would never do it myself because it's very illegal and dangerous, but you know, hitching a train and going wherever you want to go, and it's a fascinating concept. So our train is disappearing up the track, and there are 4 engines on that train, so. All right. So back to the car we go for our next train. There's some activity on BNSF right now, so we're gonna go ahead and head up there. So the internet did blip a couple times as that train was going through. I'll remember that for next time. Signal is not perfect, but okay. So Kirk was just asking about the defect detector. It's kind of hit and miss. Sometimes you can hear it here and sometimes you can't. It's at milepost 295.8, which is about 4 miles up the track. 3 miles, I guess, a little over 3 miles. At the top of Rutledge Hill here, about where we were looking when the train was heading our way, was at milepost 299. So there was a BNSF train, an eastbound BNSF train, waiting for that CP train to go through. And so I don't know, most likely it's already on its way, but it may not be, because last I heard from A train over an agency, the eastbound sweet feed train, was still stopped in agency. Okay, Kirk is asking if we can see Amtrak at the Diamond. Yes, we can. We'll go ahead and get it down there when it shows up. Hopefully, we'll get it coming into town, and we'll jump over there and get it at the Diamond. The picture is just slightly sideways, so when we get up here to the traffic light, if it stays red, we'll adjust it a little bit. We're heading east on Rochester Street. Actually, West Rochester Street. Now, the first set of live streams that I did back in the end of March, we went east on East Rochester Street, and that will eventually turn and head north and go up to the CPKC. But right now, we're going to turn right and head back into downtown. Set and go. Did not get a chance to turn the camera, so it's going to be a little tad sideways for now. But this is Highway 149. the old Highway 63. We're heading back in Ottumwa now. For those of you just joining us, we just got our first train. It was northbound CPKC train 261 at the top of Rutledge Hill at the West Rochester Street grade crossing. Pretty nice train. It was very long, good variety of freight cars. Somebody is standing in the middle of Court Street there with a dog over their shoulders. Looked like they were posing for pictures or something. And this is where Court Street turns and goes kind of along the edge of northern Ottumwa. Okay, Brian, I am heading towards the BNSF downtown. There was an eastbound train that was stopped at the ICE, which is the what BNSF refers to as the IC&E RRX, which is a holdover from when the CPKC was the Iowa, Chicago, and Eastern. That is the Diamond Crossing. And just west of there is where trains get their track warrants to continue east. It's where CTC ends for eastbound trains. And so there was a BNSF train, an eastbound train, waiting for that CPKC train that we just saw to clear. My guess is it has already gone through, but it may not have, because last I knew, the Sweet Feed train that was going east was still in agency. I don't know if they had issues with some of the power, but another westbound train gave it an engine to continue east. So they might still be hung up in there. What the? Oh, geez. That's not dangerous or anything. Not sure they should have a car parked in the middle of the road as they're loading a disabled car onto a trailer. So we are on our way back downtown to see if this BNSF train has gone through. If anybody's out there watching the Main Street Donuts rail cam, just let me know if this train's gone through or not. Either way, we are going to head back down to the BNSF because probably the rest of the action tonight will be on the BNSF. Now, there are two other southbound CPKC trains. One of them went through Washington at about 6:45, but obviously it's not going to come into Ottumwa until after that northbound gets to Linby. They are meeting, 261 is meeting that train and another train at Linby. So apparently there is another southbound train behind the train that I saw go through Washington on the rail cam at 6:45. The train I saw was a grain train. I don't think they renumbered those trains, so I think it's probably most likely still at 374. So 260 might be behind that train. You never know. The police are out. Let me get up here, a little ramp down towards downtown. See what we can see on the BNSF. Clouds are kind of rolling in. It might be, there might be some rain coming in. But I hope I still have the umbrella. I think I do. I think I put it in the glove box. Our last stream started out pretty rainy, but at the end of it, it cleared off and it was really nice. Doesn't look like any trains have passed the BNSF camera. Okay, so... Man, can we turn any closer? So So maybe we can head down here and get this next train.
CP drawers, Rutledge Road.
Before we go down there, we're going to take a quick loop and show you one of Ottumwa's recently closed former businesses right in front of us there. It is O'Hara Hardware. And it is a legendary Ottumwa business that recently closed. It is very prominent. It's been here in Ottumwa for well over 80 years. Obviously, they've not always been in this building, but they just recently closed. The owners retired, and they closed the business. They are a very prominent and historic business here in Ottumwa. Another chapter of Ottumwa history has ended. And when I was younger, I always referred to this crossing, the Gateway Drive crossing right here, as the O'Hara Hardware crossing. It was always a big deal to go to O'Hara Hardware, because you might see a train when you were there. A lot of times it did. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and head on down to our favorite little go ahead and camp out here for a minute at the McLean Street crossing and wait for our next trains. So nothing has gone by on the BNSF yet. So once we get a visual of something, we will bounce out and get it. Now Amtrak is also on their way. But the last I knew, they were about 45 minutes late. So they're not going to be here for another probably 30 minutes or so. As they get closer, we'll go ahead and go down towards the other side of the station and get a picture of them down there, and then head down to the Diamond and get them departing. So I wonder if the westbound train that loaned or that gave a locomotive to the eastbound sweet feed train that went through a while ago, before we started the stream, I wonder if they've been through yet. It is possible that we may get, because I think on the radio earlier, the dispatcher was talking to a train behind this next train. There was apparently one at the ICE, which is the Diamond with CP, not too long ago. And according to some of you watching the Main Street Donuts rail cam, it has not gone by yet. So this is McLean Street, the McLean Street grade crossing. The signals are lit down at the Diamond with CPKC. This is McLean Street on the BNSF that we're looking at right now. The first train we've got in today's stream was northbound CPKC train 261. 4 locomotives and well over 150 cars on a very long train. And they were crawling up the hill at first. And then once the train got up the hill, they took off. The speed limit north of Rutledge is about 45 miles an hour now. Several years back, they did a lot of track work and raised the speeds from 25 miles an hour to 45 miles an hour. Decent speed for a freight train. Sometimes even 25 miles an hour is pretty quick for a freight train. And of course, that's just the beginning with the Canadian Pacific Kansas City in its infancy. Brand new railroad that was created with the merger of Canadian Pacific and Kansas City Southern. They're going to be doing a lot of upgrades to the line that passes through here in the future. I've heard that they're going to put signals on the whole line from Davenport to Kansas City, CTC signaling, lengthening some sidings, and eventually there's going to be more trains on the line. Right now there's anywhere from 4 to 6 trains a day. I have heard reports that eventually that number could double. So we're talking about 8 to 12 trains a day, possibly, in the near future. And one of the trains on CPKC that's going to start running pretty soon is a new intermodal service from Mexico to Chicago. It is a new intermodal service, and one of the major shippers has already signed a contract with CPKC to handle a lot of their intermodal traffic on this new train. I don't remember which one it is. Schneider, maybe? Interestingly, and this is what's good about competition, not too long after CPKC said they were going to roll out with these new trains, Union Pacific announced that they were going to start running another intermodal service of their own from Chicago to Mexico in conjunction with Ferromex, which is owned by Grupo Mexico, a rail company that owns Ferromex in Mexico, and Canadian National. Those 3 railroads are teaming up to provide this new service. I think it's called Falcon Service. It's going to be running from Chicago to Mexico to most definitely compete with the new CPKC. And yesterday, I think it was yesterday, Union Pacific actually sued CPKC for the mergers or something. They shouldn't have been allowed to merge or something like that. And I don't really know what that's about, but competition is good. Competition will, in the end, make the railroads run better for not just themselves, but also for customers. So I personally want CPKC to succeed more than Union Pacific, but that's just a personal preference. In all, though, you want railroads as a whole to succeed, and recently they've been operating not the best. So hopefully this new merger will allow the other railroads to kind of step up to the plate and provide better service to compete with the new railroad. So we're here at McLean Street waiting for a BNSF freight train, which I don't know if it's even going to be rolling quite yet. They might be waiting for Amtrak at this point. And I don't know what track Amtrak is on. But I don't know if Amtrak can get through with all the hubbub that's going on in agency right now. I don't know if that train's still there or not. A-Train was commenting about it. He's probably out getting video himself right now, so. Kind of looking through past comments here. Distant Caboose, hello, welcome. Yeah, previous comment, Kirk was talking about getting the Zephyr down at the Diamond. It does indeed. It has a P40 leader. I just looked at the Galesburg rail cam before I came down here. There is a P40 leader. I believe it's 816, and then there's a P42 second unit. Normal Amtrak train besides that, though. So there's nothing coming for the next, few minutes or so. Hello, Ethan. Welcome. There's nothing else coming here for a few minutes. We might just go ahead and go down and get in position for Amtrak, because I don't know where Amtrak is right now. It's probably west of Mount Pleasant, or just departing Mount Pleasant. Okay, James says Amtrak is on Main 1. The feed train is on Main 2. Okay. So this infamous feed train that's causing the whole backlog in agency is on Main 2. Or, what, did I read that right? Main 2. So, I thought it was an eastbound train. Not sure why they would be running the eastbound train on Main 1, or Main 1. Oh, Main 2. Okay, yep, never mind. That's right. The feed train is on Main 2, Amtrak's on Main 1, so that's normal. I was getting them mixed around. So Main 1, this is a double track main line from Chicago to Creston. The Ottumwa subdivision is from Galesburg, Illinois to Creston. And then west of Creston, it is single track with sidings. It's kind of an on and off double track. There are some long segments of double track, but there's also some single track running west of Creston. But from Creston to Chicago, it's a double track main line. Up here is north. We're looking west. Main 2 is the track closest to us. Main 1 is the other track. So Amtrak's coming in on Main 1 going west. The feed train is going east on Main 2, and that's the normal way trains are routed through here. Because east of the IC&E crossing down here, the CPKC crossing with BNSF, it is not CTC signal control. It is track warrant controlled ABS. Amtrak is at Fairfield a few minutes ago. Okay, so that is our cue to skidoo, so to speak. We're going to go ahead and go down and get in position, get ready for Amtrak. And it looks like it might rain. This could be interesting. The rain might actually be coming very soon. We've got an umbrella though. And if we have to, we can film from the car. Okay, P42 number 22 is the second locomotive on the Zephyr tonight. Go ahead. Or not. Four-way stops. Trivia question for everybody out there. When two cars come to a stop at a four-way stop, who gets the right-of-way? It's the car on your right. And even though this is very basic stuff that we all know from passing driver's ed, some people still don't understand that. And other than that, it's whoever gets to the intersection first goes. And that van got there first, so I don't know why he didn't go, but oh well. Some people just surrender the right-of-way to you, even though they don't really need to. That does look like rain. Like serious rain. Clouds are really coming in. As I said, if we have to film from the car, we will. Not really a big deal. might actually plan on doing that because even though I've got the umbrella, I don't want to get soaked. Obviously, we'll get the tripod out, maybe in the back seat or something, and get kind of a better view than just through the windshield. We got quite a few people at the depot right now. We're going by the Amtrak station right now as we head through downtown Ottumwa. Amtrak is approaching. They are in Fairfield. It'll be another probably 20 minutes or so. Downtown Ottumwa. Very quiet this time of night. They've done a lot of work down here in the past few years. Redoing the roads, putting in some trees and little bump outs to make the road look a little nicer. Now all they need to do is bring some more businesses down here. There are quite a few, but there's also a lot of empty buildings. If you go to, if you have a chance to check out Galesburg or some of the other train towns along the route of the California Zephyr, Galesburg has a lot of really trendy businesses and little shops on Seminary Street, which is right down by the Amtrak station. And there are a lot of other really nice little towns in Illinois along the Zephyr route. Now, since I do not know how soon Amtrak is going to be here, we might go ahead and pull off at Vine Street. Well, let's see. We'll see. Here we go. Yeah, it is definitely going to rain. The clouds are rolling in. And we are actually under a tornado watch right now, so... Okay. Amtrak. Trying to read back past your previous comments here. Turning up the scanner there. We're going to go ahead and... okay. We're going to turn here at Vine Street. I do not know how close Amtrak really is, so I'm not going to chance it. We're going to come down here and wait for Amtrak here. ETA is 7:31, so about 10 minutes from now. This is the Vine Street crossing on BNSF's Ottumwa subdivision. This is milepost 279.1. I don't know. There's really not a decent place to get out and get the train here without trespassing. So we're gonna keep going. We'll definitely get to our destination in 10 minutes because it is not very far away. We'll cut back here through some of the back roads of Ottumwa. This is Haynes Street. That reminds me of a part in a Christmas movie. White Christmas, if anybody has seen that movie. Ladies and gentlemen, the Haynes sisters. Now, if anybody gets that reference, congratulations. White Christmas is a very good movie. I recommend it. It's very funny. But here it is May, and we're talking about Christmas movies. Okay, Kirk, we are going to still attempt getting it down at the Diamond, but we're also going to try and get it first down here coming into town. And look at this. Coming towards us right now is a groundhog. It is crossing the road in front of us. What is it with all the groundhogs in this town? He is booking it. This is Railroad Street, and I apologize for the very bumpy road. This is a gravel road. And this is metaphorically and literally the other side of the tracks in Ottumwa, if you know what I mean. This area down here is a kind of a sketchy part of town. So just be aware of your surroundings. You'll be fine. But I would not want to be down here after dark. James just said that number 5, Amtrak, has cleared the 271.3 defect detector. So it is about 8 miles away. Moving at 80 miles an hour, it's not going to take very long for them to get here. You know, technically 79 miles an hour, but okay. What we're going to do is we're going to pull in here and we're going to kind of turn ourselves. Oh, wow. We are going to turn ourselves so we are parallel to the railroad tracks. I'm going to roll down the back windows, get the tripod set up, and we're going to film the train from the car looking back. All right. So we're here at Iowa Avenue, and we're going to go ahead and get the tripod set up in the back, lower the seats, and get this train. Amtrak is approaching in about, well, probably about 5 or 6 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and get the camera set up. Okay, change of plans. We're actually going to film from the back because my tripod is so tall with the tripod mount for the phone. I can't set it up in the back without
MTK 161 Spring Country Report, 12-92 between CPKC Rutledge Street and CPKC 2502 at 1925 1950.
Okay. Now we're ready.
Track 1 5031, total line check 3, line number 2720, this track 1 contains speed.
Okay, now as it turns out, I am going to go ahead and chance getting rained on so we can get a decent shot of this train. Face reveal. Haven't done that many times on this channel. Is it a face reveal or a reflection reveal? Turn this thing a little way. There we go. So we are waiting for Amtrak. Speaking of which, here they come. As you can see, the threat of rain is approaching, but look at that light in the sky. Isn't that nice? All right, now we're gonna go ahead and put the camera, the phone, shall we say, back in the car, and then we're gonna hightail it over to the CP Diamond. So to get there, we're going to go back up on the main street and charge across. Give the camera, the phone, shall we say, some juice. And here we go. Now, even as we speak, Amtrak is still heading towards the station. And they are... They are in the process of stopping right now, so we're going to have plenty of time to get down there, most likely. It's getting a little late, unfortunately. Amtrak was running late, so unless there is an eastbound BNSF train down there at the Diamond, Amtrak may be our last train of the night. And it also might start torrential downpouring, so that'll kind of bring an end to things too. But we're going to go ahead and get another picture of Amtrak leaving Ottumwa as we head back through downtown Ottumwa. Here we go. This is Main Street. We're going to go back the way we came a little earlier. Except last time we went through down on Railroad Street and up Vine Street. Now we're going to go on Main Street all the way to probably, I'm trying to think. Might go all the way down to Paris Avenue and get it from down there. We'll see. Look at the clouds in the sky. It's very nice, very dramatic. Nighttime approaching here in Ottumwa, and it seems to be getting here sooner because we've got rain rolling in. A few hours ago, we went under a tornado watch, so that gives you an indication of what the storms could be. Amtrak is in town, just made its stop in Ottumwa, and we got it at Iowa Avenue, and now we are heading into downtown, to the other side of downtown, to get them departing at the Diamond Crossing with CPKC. Ottumwa Theater there on our right. It's got its marquee all lit up. They started renovating that theater several years ago when Ragbri came through town. They never finished it. It's actually up for sale.
BNSF Fort Worth Mechanical 787 coming over.
787. That must be the sweet feed train. Pretty sure that 700 numbers are the BNSF war bonnets. A train told me that there was a war bonnet leader on that train, so that would make sense.
Okay, so were you able to do a brake pipe continuity test?
Obviously, they're a little ways away from us because we cannot hear the other side of that conversation, so I bet you that's that train and agency.
Okay, now go to your DP main menu.
Sounds like they're doing diagnostics. There's something wrong with one of the locomotives. Yeah, the sweet feed train has already gone by. It went by before we started the live stream.
Once you select that button, then you should have one for mode. Go ahead and select mode.
That,
Okay, go ahead and do that.
Okay, we got a question about the CP steam engine. Now, there's no exact dates yet,
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Preliminary guesses are that it's going to be coming through sometime this year. But I don't know if CPKC doesn't have the engine restored to operating condition yet.
Okay. Was it in run or was it in idle when you first went in there?
It looks like they're already making their second spot at the Ottumwa Depot. We just went by, and we are starting to get some raindrops.
You've already gone to idle and then back into run again?
Now, even though O'Hara Hardware is closed, their lights are still coming on at night. You can see it lit up there now. We're going to go ahead and go down to Gateway Drive on the CPKC and kind of pull in there a little bit.
Now let's go ahead and make a 20-pound reduction.
See if we can get them down there.
There. Once it stabilizes, go ahead and release it, and then let's come out to run 1 and see if we load back there.
Got some thunder out here, apparently.
5, I got 730-95. Good to the ice, or good to the, yeah, good to the ice on main one.
Just a few raindrops, though, so we might go ahead and take a chance and walk out there. Famous last words, I know, but
And I'm all ready up here whenever you guys are ready to go.
And the rain starts coming down. Now, let's see. We'll make the most of it. We're going to go ahead and pull down on the Gateway Drive here on the CPKC. And what we are going to do I don't know if we can or not. I know what I'm going to do. We are going to do what I was going to do at Iowa Avenue and didn't. We're going to go ahead and back down here, open up the back and get a picture of it going through from the back. Be very careful not to drive into anything here. Okay.
It may have one over. Be like a blue box on it. I don't know if this one does or not. It shows IPM at mine.
Okay.
Okay, if that doesn't work, just go ahead and let's, do you have another unit you can use as the lead? Okay, I didn't catch it before because I had the wrong unit put in here. I got a level A defect on it that it's bad for distributed power down that 787.
Okie dokie. We're going to go ahead and...
Apologize for that. It's got a software glitch that prevents it from being used over.
Here we are in the back of the car. We're going to go ahead and get Amtrak departing from here. Unfortunately, the car door is kind of in the way, but we'll go ahead and kind of turn it this way. We might zoom in a tad just so we get the car door out of the picture. There we go. Now, this isn't quite what I wanted to do down here, but to stay out of the rain, we can do what we can with what we've got. So Amtrak's California Zephyr is departing Ottumwa. About
5, how about runner clear red ice?
Yeah, they're running about, let's see, 47 minutes late. Not too bad. They could make that up. So the track we're looking at right now is the CPKC, but directly in front of us is BNSF, what Amtrak is running on. So we're going to see them go by, cross down the diamond. Here are the crossing gates at Clay Street now. Train is about here.
I know they're gonna ask, would you be able to cut any of those crossings, or is the train completely dead in the water? I'll need to find like a helper to get you up forward.
And there goes Amtrak. Safe travels, Zephyr. Next stop is Osceola.
Figured I'd ask. Okay, I understand.
About an hour from now.
At all. Got 3 of the 4 crossings crossed, and you need to get a van. So let me update the chief with that. I'll start working on a plan for the rest of that, but I'll see about getting you off the van for the train hour.
Now, it sounds like the Sweet Feed train.
What do you think, John? What do you think there, John? Do you agree?
Now, anyways, it sounds like the Sweet Feed train is dead at agency. One of their engines is not working properly and the train cannot move. Sounds like they've already cut the crossings that they're blocking. So they're going to be there for a while. So there may not be anything else happening through here on the BNSF. They're probably got trains stacked up waiting for that Sweet Feed train to clear, and it doesn't sound like it's going to be anytime soon. The supposed westbound that was supposed to give an engine to them, I don't know if they actually ever did or not. The last westbound freight train that I saw go through on the Mount Pleasant webcam was quite a while ago.
55, good evening, ready to get you back 730-95. For Amtrak 816, 730-95 display. Amtrak 5, conductor engineer, agree, clear limits, track more number 730-95, addressing MTK 816 West. Proceed from CPKC CP 2502 to westbound closing IC&E Railroad, main 1, limits reporting clear 1945, 1941, engineer for show. Excuse me, 1945, engineer for show. Send MTK 16 West, reporting clear to 730-95 between CDC, CB 2502, and westbound control center ICL crossing time 1945, 1945. Is that all correct? That's all correct, sir. All correct.
Okay. So Amtrak just cleared up the...
Do you have arrival departure times? Oh, yeah, sorry. Times some of there 31 and 40. 31 and 40. 31 and 40. Yes, sir. Thank you.
So Amtrak just cleared up their warrant. They're on their way west. So this train and agency is holding up the railroad world, it seems. So probably these eastbound freight trains will not be able to go until that train leaves, because there are no more crossovers. It is possible they might run them across on the other track once Amtrak gets by 2888, which is about 8 miles west of here. But that's still going to be a little while, probably another good, 20, 30 minutes before a train would get here, if they do that. But if there's already a train at the ice, which was my understanding, a while ago, that train's probably not going to get anywhere. because they probably do not want to take a train on through Ottumwa and then have to stop on the Agency Hill. And as far as the CPKC, I have not heard 261 clear up their warrant at Linby yet. So the southbound trains on the CPKC are probably going to be a while from now too. So it's a little unfortunate. I mean, if this sweet feed train hadn't have died in Agency, then there probably would have been a lot more activity. But and Amtrak was a little late too. But we have seen a couple trains. We're going to go ahead and go back to the front of the car now, and we'll drive back around, make sure all the signals are red and stuff, and then we'll go from there. We're not going to be going much longer, but always wise to check the surroundings before you actually. So we're gonna. Well, it's raining for a second. It's not now, but okay. Back to the front here. Ooh, I've got some lightning up there. Might be able to see some lightning in the picture. Yeah, right in those clouds there up to our east. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get the tripod back up here, shut the back, and we'll be back in business for a few more minutes. Man, it's some pretty nifty lightning up there. So as you can probably see in the picture right now, the sun is actually breaking out behind the clouds to our west. There's rain in these clouds. It is possible we might get a rainbow. That may be a nice way to end the stream. Look out for one. So we'll go ahead and pull down here. See, there's the sun peeking out. Go ahead and make a quick loop around. It actually is not raining right here right now, but it might be dumping a little rain to the east. We did see some lightning over there in the clouds right there. And right there. My, oh my. The wind is starting to kick up too. I'm gonna go back up a little ways and kind of back in here so you guys can see the possibly the lightning. So we got two trains tonight. We got Canadian Pacific Kansas City train 261, and then we got Amtrak's California Zephyr on the BNSF. We got it at Iowa Avenue, and then we jumped down here to the CPKC Diamond and got it crossing the CPKC. And now the sun is coming out, and we got these really evil looking clouds to our east that just blew over. They didn't really dump a lot of rain here in Ottumwa. I probably could have gone out and got Amtrak without sitting in the back of the car, but you never know with these yeah, they're still talking to that sweet feed train.
So you said your first unit, the 7525, that didn't work, and neither did the 787. I want to confirm which units are dead. So we had the 7525, which was a bad unit, and we set that out because it was flat. And then we grabbed the 787, and that one had a defect on it. Was that correct?
Wow. So apparently this is that Sweet Feed Train's crew's having a great time, being sarcastic. One of their engines died, they got another engine, and then it quit too. And that's also railroading. A lot of times that happens. It's just one thing after the other. That's probably the end of our action for tonight. But Dakota was just asking me, do you think during Old Threshers you'll do some streams like these? Well, Old Threshers, for those of you that don't know, is the major steam show over in Mount Pleasant. They have it every year, 5 days ending on Labor Day. And we'll go ahead and get going here. You can see these lightning as we head east.
All right, so the 8051 we set out because it was flat, and then we had the 787, which turns out to be level 8 defective cap connected to anything. Is that correct? So the only good you have left is the 7525, sir.
Yeah, there's no way that train is loaded going east. There's no way that train is going to be able to move with just one working locomotive. That is too bad. But anyways, Old Threshers is a major steam show, and it's a lot of fun over in Mount Pleasant every year. And of course, that is where the narrow gauge Midwest Central Railroad is. I am actually a volunteer over there. And also the Midwest Electric Railway, the trolleys, they're over there as well.
For this 787, does it not connect to power at all? Like, is it complete that unit, or it won't be a good leader?
Man, the storm light is just spectacular right now.
And, all right, 787 not DP compatible, thank you. And it's, Tulsa. All right, sounds good for a conventional train if we ended up doing it that way.
Anyways, Mount Pleasant, I've been going to Old Threshers for well over 20 years, and I've been filming video over at Old Threshers for over 15 years. A long time. Ever since 2005, I've gotten video of every Old Threshers reunion, the trains and trolleys at the Old Threshers reunion, from 2005 on. And Dakota asked me a question if I'm going to do any of these live streams. Well, obviously, I'm going to be filming with my actual video camera and making a whole video like I do every year. But yes, to answer your question, I am also planning on doing some live streams from Old Threshers like this. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Walk around the grounds and film trains and trolleys. So yes, I will be doing some sets of live streaming at the Old Threshers reunion this year, along with actual filming. Speaking of which, I am working on the Old Threshers video right now. I'm about ready to start putting up the captions and some of the, really the tail end of the post-production stuff involved in making a video. So it's in the works, and the next video in the works is a Union Pacific video of the big boy and some other things.
Is there any way we can cut any of the crossings, like we just have power on that end and pull some of the cars, or then we'll clean up one of the crossings, or are we just completely out of options and it's completely done?
And then after the Union Pacific video, I'm going to be doing the Iowa Interstate. Some of the QJ stuff that I got in the past couple years, and the Union Pacific donation special that went through last November across the Iowa Interstate. So Old Threshers, then Union Pacific, and then Iowa Interstate are my next 3 big video projects. But as we're driving along the BNSF tracks here in Ottumwa, it's about 8 o'clock, and it's kind of spotty. Looks like it's really going to storm to the east. We got some really nice light, but no sign of a rainbow. At this point, as we make the turn head south on Market Street. We're going to go ahead and end the live stream here for tonight, folks. We got to see a couple trains, but with the dead train over an agency...
Yeah, so this train's probably going to be there a while, because the outbound, or the dog catch, just came on duty now, and they're going to grab power from Fairfield. So if you're able to cut the crossing and get off some of the crossings, or at least clear some space, that would be ideal.
With the dead train and agency, there's not going to be a whole lot going through right now, which is unfortunate, but we did get to see a couple of trains, and we have some really nice light out here and some different interesting weather right now. Now, A-Train says that it is raining over an agency right now, and I don't doubt it. The clouds are really getting interesting to the east. Kind of blew over Ottumwa. We really didn't get much at all. And it actually looks a little sunny to the west now. But we'll probably get some more storms in the night. It's usually how it goes. So, for everybody that joined in tonight, I'd like to thank you for joining me. It was a pretty decent stream. Had a couple of trains. Like I said, we would have gotten more if this sweet feed train hadn't died over an agency. But and we've got a rainbow now, folks, of course. I'm not a really good place to get it, of course, but there is a rainbow that's starting to form in the east. Wow, it is looking really nice. Okay, before we end, we're going to see if we can get this rainbow. Of course, I'm in the wrong lane, and there's people right on my hind. I'm going to get over. Let me get over, folks. Now, as we come up here and make the turn, there we go. There's our rainbow. I don't know if you guys can see it right there. Wow, that is nice. We might slip in the bank parking lot here and get a quick picture of it before we end the stream. Very nice clouds. Whew. Now we're gonna whip around and let you guys see this rainbow. Oh man, it's getting really nice. Oh. We might have to pop out of the car and get this. Check it out. Can't really get it in the whole picture, but oh, there we go. I was zoomed in a little bit. No wonder it looks so bumpy. There it is. A rainbow. Wow. Not only that, a double rainbow. What does it mean? Reference to one of those old popular YouTube videos. But yes, it is a double rainbow. My apologies, a little speck of dirt on the camera lens. I can't seem to get it off, but wow. The one goes all the way across the sky. I really wish I could get it all in one shot, but that is spectacular. So with that, the very nice rainbow in the sky, we're going to go ahead and end the live stream here. So I'd like to thank you guys for joining in tonight. We got a couple of trains and a rainbow. So, to thank everyone for watching. And as always, just subscribe, like the videos. I'll let you know when I'm doing a next stream. And we'll go from there. So thanks everybody for watching tonight. And we'll just sign out here with the rainbow. And we'll see you all next time. So like I said, I'm working on the Old Threshers video. After that, it'll be Union Pacific, then the Iowa Interstate. A-Train says there's a westbound at Agency now. Well, it's 8 o'clock. We're going to call it quits. So anyways, this is Bobby Harvey signing out for today. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.